Welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's a pleasure to host you and to be able to talk with you about matters living by design. We've been talking about the temperaments, and we are focusing more on the conflict management that each one of us, as long as we live, as long as we are in relationships, we will inevitably face conflict in our lives. And what is a conflict? It's a disagreement about a situation, and usually until we resolve that, it can create quite a bit of stress in a relationship. So today I want to address conflict management with the phlegmatic. Now we all know the phlegmatic is the easygoing, the uninterested, unemotional type of temperament. They don't want to get into any conflict. They are not confrontational. They don't want to deal with issues that will bring a lot of anxiety and unpleasant feelings. They try to stay away from those things, and you might experience phlegmatic as being uninterested. You might experience them as being stubborn because if they don't want to deal with it, they just don't want to deal with it. And so what happens with the phlegmatic is that they are trying to avoid dealing with the situation because of the anxiety they anticipate is going to bring into their lives. And so you might even say that they are thinking, why do we have to make life so complicated? Why don't we just let things be, and things will sort themselves out? So if you are a choleric or a melancholic and you are dealing with a phlegmatic with that kind of thinking, then you're going to find it very difficult to agree with them, or even for them to agree with you, and so the conflict might continue to be there for a while. So what does the phlegmatic need to do in order to manage conflict? Number one, they need to stop feeling that if they deal with the conflict, something is going to go wrong and they won't be able to control it. That is what we call anxiety. Anxiety is the feeling that something bad is going to happen and I won't be able to handle it. And sometimes that's the way the phlegmatic thinks. And then the other thing they need to do is to create interest. Be interested in the relationship, because a conflict is between two people, and that means that those two people are in some type of relationship, or they have some type of transaction they need to do in order to move along. And so the phlegmatic would need to understand that conflict is not always bad. Conflict is an opportunity to grow. Conflict is an opportunity to resolve an issue which is there, so that you can get to the desired solution. And so the phlegmatic needs to change their mindset when it comes to conflict, that it is not a bad thing, that it is not always going to end badly, that the two individuals or the people who are involved in this conflict, they all have the ability to rationally and objectively find a solution for the problem. Also the mindset of a phlegmatic, that things will work themselves out. The phlegmatic would need to really kind of work on that. Almost like you need to stop thinking that way and replace that by saying things don't always work out. You need to have a goal. It's okay to develop a goal of what you want to see happening. And alone, you can begin to think, what would be the solution? What do I want the outcome here to be? The thing with the phlegmatic is that they tend to not allow themselves to think that they have control. They just want things to happen. They don't understand why are we dealing with this thing. It will just work out. Life always works out. And we don't want that kind of thing to happen, because again, remember, you are dealing with other people who don't think like you. So when we are talking about emotional intelligence and relational intelligence, we are saying that we need to be aware of other people and how they see a situation, so that we can accommodate them and they can accommodate us, and together we can find solutions for our lives. So I hope that the phlegmatic who is listening here today, you can pick out one or two things that could help you be a better conflict manager, especially because you are in relationship with other people and you cannot just be stubborn about who you are and how you see things. You've got to be open to see, to also understand where people are coming from and how they feel about a situation, how they see it, so that together you can find a solution that is going to help the relationship become better. Unresolved conflict is what causes a lot of breakups in relationships, whether it is at work, in the family, or even in business situations. So as a phlegmatic, develop the skill to look at a problem, not to shy away from it, not to assume it's not there, not to live in denial, but confront. There is nothing wrong with confronting. In fact, it gives us an opportunity for us to grow, for us to become better, for us to learn new skills of communication, of dealing with people, of problem solving and finding solutions for the problems that we face in life. Now, the other thing I want to say about the phlegmatic, because of your peace-loving personality, you can really bring a lot of value to a situation where there is a disagreement. If you can allow yourself to analyze the problem and think about it in a way of bringing peace, because that's natural for you, you can bring peace, then you can be able to be an asset in this process of conflict management. Please subscribe to our channel. Leave us a comment, ask us any question you may have, reach out to us through the website or even the phone number. I would be glad to interact with you. And until I see you next time,